Hello, and we're here in Kings Court. It's on the second floor of the Student Center. This is our largest venue on campus for dining, and we're here just really talk about some better options, how to navigate through the dining hall because it's a little overwhelming. There are a lot of options available, so you can eat as well as you would like or as unhealthy as you like. It's really, the choice is yours. It's all about choosing the healthy options rather than just going to one area and just making one plate in one section. So we'll navigate through, talk about the different options we have here. Start here at the salad bar. Absolutely every day here at the salad bar there is a grilled or a roasted protein to go with the salad. There are full fat dressings, there are fat-free dressings. There's always olive oil and vinegar, some toppings. There's always fresh fruit and yogurt out for every meal period, so that's an option also.
So the salad bar is open for lunch and dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
For breakfast, it's only that side, and it's fruit and yogurt and hand fruit.
Okay.
But there's always two soups available, and the options here.
And talk about a little bit, so say Olivia is a freshman and she is overwhelmed with just the amount of choices. How can somebody maybe navigate those choices a little bit better? Like, how can they prepare themselves for coming into the dining hall before they even get here?
So they could go on dineoncampus.com. There is a pull-down box where they could scroll through all the universities. Let go at King's College. On the top, there's a section called Where to Eat. Once you click Where to Eat, there's another section that says What's on the menu. You could look at today, you could look at tomorrow, you could look at a month and a half from now, and that'll tell you what's on the menu that day at that meal period. So you could sit in your room, sit in class, scroll through your phone, and choose what you would like to have for lunch to kind of create your healthier menu items. Or if there's not something in particular that you like that day, maybe you could sneak down to Connerton's. But it's there every day. All the menus are online for every venue on campus.
So really planning ahead is one way that you could avoid being overwhelmed when you come into the dining hall and you see
True.
the salad bar and all of these sections.
Or don't be afraid to just start at one side and walk through all the stations. Like there is a lot here to see. Generally, our last station all the way down the end there, that's called our G8 station. It handles the top 8 allergens. So there's every day you could just, say you're gluten-free or allergic to shellfish or dairy, you don't even have to think. You just come in here, go to that station every day, and you will be absolutely fine with your allergy.
So there's no cross-contamination
No,
in that
everything is cooked by one chef who's very knowledgeable and trained in those areas. The food is prepped, cooked, held in that one area. It never comes back into the kitchen for cross-contamination.
Okay. So Olivia, what are some barriers that you find when you're coming into the dining hall or when you were a freshman coming into the dining hall?
Yeah, so sometimes you come in and you may not like everything on the menu. Is there options for students who may find something they don't like prepared a specific way or something they may not like here?
Sure. So if, let's say, today we have green beans on the menu. They're sauteed in olive oil and sesame oil and sprinkled with some sesame seeds. If you just didn't want them prepared that way, it's a conversation with the chef behind the line. And they could either saute them without the sesame seeds or steam them for you. You just have to be willing to wait a couple minutes. But absolutely everything on the menu here can be augmented. It's a conversation with me, conversation with the chef behind the line, and they will take care of it for you. But we're at the bottom line is we're here for the students, make the students happy. So we could create menus if you're missing something that you had at home and your mom made it for you and you absolutely loved it. Like, it's a conversation. We can make it for you.
Okay, so somebody who is a picky eater or they eat the same things all the time, what would you say about mixing and matching between stations?
It happens all the time. I suggest it. It makes your gives you so many more options rather than just walking up to a station and taking the one plate from that station. I know myself, when I eat in the dining hall, if I made a salad, and then if there was a protein on another station that I would like, I'll go to that station and get that protein on my salad, or a scoop of tuna salad or chicken salad, and I suggest it. If you don't like, say there's roasted potatoes down there and the innovation station is sauteing like penne vodka that day, you could absolutely grab your protein from down there, take your plate, walk down here, and have some like pasta tossed fresh for you, put on your plate, and eat that as your carb.
What about you, Olivia? What would you be willing to mix and match to make your plate a little more balanced?
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do during our preseason volleyball was to spice up my everyday salad. So for example, if Innovations was sauteing shrimp that day, I could get a salad and then add that to my salad, so it wasn't the same thing every day.
That's a great option. So you heard us talk about picky eating, how to decrease your overwhelm in the dining hall by planning ahead. You saw all of the great ways to balance your plate a little bit more. So instead of eating the same old thing every day, you could really balance out your choices by mixing and matching stations. But also the dining hall is a place where you can come to try new foods. So it's a really great way to try new foods that you weren't exposed to at home or you're not used to eating, even if you try it just once or twice. So I would suggest that everybody come to the dining hall at least for one meal a day to try the offerings that they have here.
We are at Susquehanna Place right now. We're in the basement of the administration building, just to show some healthier options that we have here. We have a bunch of options.
So I see you actually have a lot of good options. You have some egg and cheese panini, southwestern flatbread, and parfaits. So are these popular options with the students?
They are. They're all very popular items because they could take them and go. We'll walk down this way and we'll make some parfaits, maybe talk about some kombucha that we have on draft.
So Olivia, what do you think about parfaits? Are these things that you would choose? Yeah, this is something I usually get as a quick bite to eat before class. It's also super good. It's just something quick to eat. Just help me start my day.
So here we are at our parfait station. We have Greek yogurt, strawberry yogurt, a mix of different berries, and you get to pick 2 crunchy toppings. So you can talk to Annette and she'll walk you through.
What do you like? So I usually like to start with some Greek yogurt and strawberries. Okay.
All right, you can get a choice of, we have over here dried cranberries, toasted coconut, candied walnuts, chocolate chips, granola, and toasted almonds.
I would like granola and some toasted walnuts.
Walnuts?
Yeah.
Southwest.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Those are great choices. That's like a whole meal there.
I know.
That's huge.
And tell us a little bit about the kombucha on draft that you had.
So the kombucha we have, it comes from California. It's made by a company called Marin. They have a bunch of different flavors. What we have on draft today, and we change it monthly, is the apple juniper. It's fermented tea. It's a little funky. It's kind of like, takes a little to get used to, but it's delicious and it's good for your gut.
Yep.
So let me get a couple samples here. We could try it out. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's really good.
It's very good.
Very smooth. It just tastes like a fizzy apple juice.
Yeah, as someone who doesn't really like kombucha, this is very good.
Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap up Susquehanna Place. So now we're in Monarch Mart, which is on the ground floor of the Student Center. In Monarch Mart, you will find absolutely anything you need as far as like a convenience store item. Lots of junk in here, lots of very unhealthy decisions to be made in here. But there are healthier items in here to purchase. But it could be all part of the choices for the day rather than looking at it in periods. But as a whole, you can come in here and get anything from a candy bar to a Cliff Bar to, we have 2% milk, whole milk, There are some grab-and-go salads and subs and parfaits and desserts. Lots of choices.
Yeah, so I like to come in here when I'm feeling like I need a sweet treat. They have a lot of ice cream options, a lot of good cookies and fresh baked items from the bakery. It's definitely about eating in moderation, as there aren't as many healthy options in here. It's also great for a quick lunch, as they have subs and different sandwiches differing on each day. So it's a great one-stop shop for small items.
So now we're in Connerton's Cafe, which is in the basement of the same student center as the Monarch Mart. Here is a little bit more quicker service items, still healthier options to be had. You just have to design them. So you can come here and absolutely get a cheesesteak, a cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, French fries, volcano fries, mozzarella sticks. If you choose those items from the grill. With any of our sandwich items, burgers can be made into a black bean burger. It could be made into a grilled chicken sandwich. So you just have to choose those changes when you place your order on the kiosk. The station behind me here is a substation by Heart, but also there are salads available. There are veggie sandwiches available at this station. You just have to make those options yourself again. So really there are healthier options to be had in Connerton's. It's not all fried food and burgers and cheesesteaks. You just have to kind of like look between the details and create those options yourself.
What do you usually choose when you come here?
I usually come here late nights after a volleyball game or volleyball practice if I don't feel like making something for myself. So like everyone else, I enjoy the chicken tenders and French fries. I also like the burgers, but sometimes during lunch I like to get the healthier option. I'll get like a veggie sub on wheat bread, and that's always really good to have.
So at 4 o'clock, our ice cream selection here called the Churn opens at 4 o'clock for late night, goes to 4 to 11. Again, in moderation. If you're having it for this meal period, don't have it for the next meal period or the next day maybe. Soft serve ice cream, all done by Hershey. It is sundaes, cones, cyclones. Milkshakes are very popular.
Okay, so here we are in the first floor of the gym. We have Olivia here, who's a volleyball athlete. So Olivia, what would you eat, what would you grab from one of these vending machines if you were between meals, you weren't able to get to the dining hall to have lunch, or this was before dinner, before or after practice? What would you grab out of the vending machines?
Yeah, so like you said, I would usually grab something out of the vending machine when I was running a little late for practice or in between classes. So usually as a healthier option, I would like to go with the white cheddar popcorn, but there are some days I like to get the Cheetos or the occasional Kit Kat.
What about out of the beverage machine?
I'm a big water drinker, so I like that they have flavor water here and also just normal water because you can never be too hydrated.
Great, thank you. So as you heard from Olivia, there are some more balanced choices that you can make from both the snack and the beverage machines. While they don't have a huge variety of healthier options, there are some better options that you can choose.